Give me just a second here to blast off that I am live. Okay. What's up? How's it going? Didn't do any painting yesterday. I got new glasses, and so they've been kind of hard to get used to, so I'm trying today. Didn't clean up this print super well. Oh. Does that help? Is that better? I'm guessing that's better.
Yeah, but I was saying I got new glasses, and so they were kind of making me feel sick. Or like dizzy-ish a little bit here and there, so I didn't do anything yesterday. I wanted to stream yesterday, but it wasn't going to happen. But I've had the same glasses for like years, so it was just going to take a while for me to get used to new shape of lenses and everything. I guess I'll just do everything with this color. I'm going to do her like a red wasp, so... this is our painting scale, so this is the 54 mil size compared to the gaming size. We offer our minis in those two sizes, either painting scale or gaming, depending on what you enjoy. I'm gonna go much thinner on the wings here. I feel like it's a little bit dark on camera. Hold on. There we go. That's more realistic. Yep, first time I've painted her. I'll probably do a couple versions, like I was saying. I'll do like a traditional yellow wasp, and then a red one, and then probably like a black pearlescent, something like that. The bunny, Zai, there's not... I mean, obviously you can paint a bunch of different ways, but I feel like with the moss wasp motif, I can do a lot more, so... Alright, so we'll let that dry for a second. I don't have my airbrush hooked up in here. I was cleaning it, so it's in the other room. Otherwise, I'll use my airbrush to get her dry really fast. I could probably go grab it, actually. Wait, I think I have another airbrush sitting somewhere that I don't need working. I just need it to blast off. Here, hold on, let me see. I'm sure my camera's gonna hunt me down. Got the cable. Let me see. I mean, it's so warm in here. I do have the fan on as well, that this will be dry very shortly. I'll just go grab it though from the bathroom. Not really too distraught here. I lied, it wasn't in there at all. It was right here, it was right behind me this whole time. Okay. All right. Gentle puff of air. She's already drying really fast though. I like this office setup a lot better. I actually have my airbrush here and I can vent it out like from the painting station, so I can actually paint here, assuming I'm not priming. So that's something I've never been able to do before, is like actually airbrush on camera. So after years and years without having a secondary camera for the booth. But I wanted to coat this so that I could still see the zenithal and everything, and that way I could build back on top. And it looks like we have achieved that pretty well. And I can probably get started on this where she's at now, so... But if you'd like a copy of these two minis early, you can get them by signing up on our Patreon, and then after our patrons get the first set of minis shipped, they'll be available in our store. So like I was saying, this is the gaming scale right here in my right hand, and then this is what we're working on today is the painting scale. Both of them are offered. This is a 25 mil base and a 40 mil in case you're having trouble getting an idea of the size. Oh, why is this out of... okay. Of course the palette cam reset itself. Of course. That's how streaming goes. The second you think something is going to be working, it freaks out on you. Is it just going to constantly reset like that? So annoying. Okay. Let's work on her face. I feel like that'll be an easy place kind of get the action started here. Alright. How have you been, JV? I saw you had your birthday recently. Assuming you're still watching. If not, it's okay. I would have left too. Okay, so she has some parts that are like cloth coming out, and then metal tubing. Now, because I have different color temperatures for the red, I can kind of jump in between which one I want to use. But I also feel like I'll do that with the material. So right now I'm just sort of sketching in this red first, and then we'll sort of like bounce to a separate one as I continue to block out like our volumes here. She's going to be like red non-metallic metal, so she'll be really shiny. Probably going up to a cold white, so like a light blue, but it won't look like that. It'll look like a reflection. And then I'll have other portions like the piping in her body be not as reflective, so that way you're getting multiple textures, or not even textures, materials, because they're all going to be smooth, but okay, so I want that, and then the forearms. The arms will be separate. Okay, so obviously I have a very bright volume here going down the center. So let's do this for now. And this one is here. Because it's so easy to place with these paints, I'll just be able to hop in between and not really worry about it too much. So. Okay, so that I want to be a separate color. This will be red. Okay. Then the thighs, so we'll just do big broad volume there. How's it going? We'll do big volume here. That will stop. Pick back up there. Alright, so let's work on the leg. Because it is metallic, I need to frame it, so I'll cut it like right there. Watching and sculpting, that's exciting. Katya, if you're still watching, are you sculpting? Let's see, I feel like this should be probably wider here. Yeah. Yeah, Katya is the one that sculpted this piece. Start the minis for next month. That's exciting. I need to make my chat window bigger here. I can only see like portions of the messages. Okay, so I want that to be separate color. This will be the red. Okay, so back this out. Cloth, this is red. Then what I'll do is I'll go one step brighter with the current red, and then we'll start glazing our way back down. That's like the easiest way to jump volumes really fast. Grab my phone here. Somebody's at the front door. think this may be. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. There's somebody at the front door. I don't know who this is. You can't hear the front door when the doorbell rings when you're up here, so. Hey, Sydney. Garrett is inside, right? Go, you gotta go get him right now. You're about to go in the backyard. You're about to go in the backyard. You're ready to line. Gotta go. Run. Get him. Okay, that was exciting. Okay. So the stream might stop at some point. I have no idea. They're gonna bury the internet cable right now. So. Oh gosh, hold on. They're like out there, my dog's out there. Hold on. Hold on, sorry. Only a slight emergency. Oh, that was exciting. There we go. Oh, did I not even put this out here? Gosh. He wasn't outside. She said he was outside. He was not. Okay, so I'm gonna go a lot brighter here. There's a booger on the end of my brush. There we go. Whoa, where are we at? Right here? There we go. Shout out to all my buddies at Gen Con this year. I know they're all gone. Obviously, no Gen Con this year for me. Or probably next year. Okay, so let's start bringing those volumes back in. I'll show you what I was talking about. Make it a little bit darker with that first color that we did as a glaze. This. All right, let's start here. Hope you're all doing good today. But you can see, right, so it starts to smooth out each of those sections as each glaze dries. So this one's sort of like, the one I'm doing right now you can think of as my base coat, which I know is kind of confusing, but I would say this covers at like 20% opacity, 30%, somewhere in between. That's why I didn't paint a lot of these like back sides that were darker, because I knew I'd be coming back in with this. This is all very fast to do. Let's do this top section too. I don't know what I want to do with the wings yet. We were discussing another miniature concept, and Katya had said like it'd be cool if the wings were like almost like digital or something, right? Like they're not physical. And I kind of like that idea, so depending on how everything comes together, we might go that way, I don't know. Okay, so let's start going brighter. I don't know if I tapered these enough, so. So we will see. Again, if there are connection problems or something, let me know in the chat because they're actively burying my fiber cable right now in the yard. It looks like it's okay. They were supposed to do this like on the 8th, so they showed up way faster than expected. Not that I'm complaining. I just went live. I didn't know it was going to happen, so. And because I know how these glasses are, because I just got new glasses, if you're joining late, since they haven't started to like make me feel weird or anything today yet so far, I'd rather paint now because the longer I wear them, by the end of the day, I'm just like worn out. So even though it's not as bad as it was yesterday, it just takes time. Kind of reform this one here. That darker color, there we go. I don't know what just happened, dude. That digging machine made the whole house shake. Like an earthquake. It's crazy. Garrus. Big tough dog barking. He's like, wait a minute. There's something going on outside. A little late, buddy. Okay, well, these are coming out pretty well. Should probably fix these two little divots before I paint those sections, but I'll probably repaint those sections like black or something, so it'll get covered up. Let's see, let's go a little bit brighter here. Stuff I've been painting most recently. took a couple of commissions before we moved, and they have, you know, some inspiration to go off of. So it's been a while since I just sort of did whatever with like zero plan. It's been, I guess, months, right? But we'll just keep rendering out this reflection. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. You just have to trust the process, right? I mean, this, you can see the thigh I'm painting on is a lot smoother than the one on the left because we haven't really done the one on the left in the same way, but I'll start picking that up now. You just gotta know what it's gonna look like when it's done, and it'll start coming together. This weekend on Sunday, we're having a game night here at the house, so we're excited about that. No idea what we're gonna play. Sydney and I started playing Baldur's Gate 3 last night. That's been fun. We got murdered twice. One time we went into like a tomb thing, killed a guy, you know, felt really confident. We didn't have, it's funny too, we didn't have party members. We had one, now we have two. So we went in there, killed a guy, felt tough, started exploring, and then next thing you know, like 8 people get pulled into a room, and we got murdered. And then, so redid that whole scenario, did not go back in there, and made a lot of progress, and then we went down into a well, and there was a cave, and killed like a spider thing that was really cool, and then there was like a huge spider that murdered us. So, you know, but that's how that game is. There is no real, I mean, there's like, you know, you can get murdered anywhere. There is no like true beginner zones or anything like that. There's always going to be challenges, so. Currently we have 2 clerics, a sorcerer, and a rogue, so not like the best party composition, but not the worst. We do need to get a just straight up fighter though, or maybe a paladin. Everybody's pretty squishy. Because yeah, I'd rather deal the I'd rather use my spell slots on damage, but we're doing a lot of healing, so. Keep pushing this reflection a little bit wider here. But look, see now the other leg's looking nice and smooth. We're getting there. Even though I kind of fudged this section, but. I think I'll leave this for now the way that it is. And start to go a little bit brighter. Gotta make sure these guys aren't knocking on the door. Maybe I should just leave the camera up. Okay. We will just leave this camera running so I can see these duders. Again, if you're just now joining, I have no idea if we're going to lose internet or not, but they're burying our fiber line. So, is that still live? It is live, okay. Okay, let's keep going brighter here. And the current color I'm using isn't as bright as that color can go. But again, I always just go really slow with this stuff if I need it to be smooth. Of course I could airbrush it as well, but with these painting scale minis that we do, I feel like kind of trying to keep it true is always going to be, or not even true, whatever. I mean, I'd just rather use a brush. not that hard. Now we're going brighter here. This red, for some reason, dries so much faster, but I do have a fan blowing down directly on top of me, so that's kind of the one setback about how my office is set up, where it needs to be. It's underneath these fans, so it's also so hot in here. It's gonna be like 103 again today, and I gotta keep the fans on, or it'll get really hot in here, and this light's hot. Pretty much. Can't wait to be out of this heat wave. This is going to be, you know, the hottest time of year, so once we're done, it'll start cooling off, but I think the reflections look pretty good. Let's back them out. A little bit shiny just because of the paint, but that'll get killed with a varnish, so. Okay. Go brighter on some of these other parts. Let's see how I'm gonna frame this. Well, let me go ahead and put, I'll put some varnish on the two legs we've already done, so that way we can kind of see it here without much interruption. The only other time I did a lot of red was when I did that Battletech mini with this paint, so let me get some of this varnish out here. This will kind of tell me too what level I need to keep bringing it to as it dries, but this will dry in 2 seconds. You can already tell. It killed a little bit of that reflection. Okay, so I mean the structure seems to be cool. I want to go brighter, obviously, but for now, getting the volume to kind of come down the side, down the middle, down the side, down the middle. Yeah, so there's still some places to improve upon, but we'll kind of wait until other sections are also sort of at that spot. But it looks good. So we'll keep framing all the other stuff. And then I'll probably go through and do like a blue-black on a lot of the areas that are going to be like piping, darker material. And then that way too, like visually, we'll sort of start separating out a lot of the stuff that's going to be in the scheme. So again, similar to what we did on the legs, or the thighs rather. Just going through and sectioning out where I want those highlights to hit and be done. And then we'll just sort of work back and forth once they're there to get sort of the reflection or lighting that we're looking for. Oh, they're already done. Okay, well we didn't lose internet. Impressive. Not that I would expect it to. I mean, they'd have to cut the line. Hello. We're doing okay. Slowly working on our Cyber Wasp here. So I'm going to mix in a little bit of the varnish as we continue. Oh, look, I've been pushing down on her antenna. Sorry. Sorry, I won't bend it. But that way, as I could keep working with these glazes, it won't get shiny on us again. Let's see. Some more here. That looks good. Okay, let's keep going. This is still a little too flat, so I need to round that out. For sure. How's the day so far? Pretty good. Doing a little painting on this before lunch. First time painting this sculpt, so. I don't know if I'm going to paint the smaller version. I mean, I may at some point, but I figure for the box art, we'll always do the painting scale. Oh, this goes down. Whoops. Whoops, I ignored that edge the whole time. Oh, easy fix. There we go. Yeah, it's nice mixing the varnish in because it doesn't dilute the paint or like break apart the paint at all, so if you're in a situation where, right, I am, so I've already dulled it, like, killed the reflection with the matte so that I can see the red a little bit better. It's cool, because you can just keep working like you normally would. Got another booger on the end of this brush, though. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I did like a straight brush stroke and... oh well. Not what I wanted there, so I'll have to fix that. A little bit deeper color here like this. There we go. Okay, I feel like that brought it back in. Not a bad start though. We're getting her there. And then I want to do like some like body or some kind of like stripe paint or something, right? Since she's a cyborg, I'm thinking that probably makes sense to do. But on the smaller scale, I probably wouldn't want to do that. Or, you know, I mean, somebody could. But since I have a little bit more retail space, right, I feel like I could probably get away with that. Let me turn this off really quick. Sorry, I'm checking notifications here. Okay. Okay. All right, let's sort of fake taper into some of these other spots here. Start the ball rolling. All of these areas are so small that the highlight isn't really going to be the part that sort of ties it up. It'll mostly be how sharp or how much contrast I put into the shadow and the volume, but we'll keep pushing it around the edge there and get where we get. Do I play games? Yeah. Yes. If you mean tabletop games, yes, a bunch. You mean video games? Yes, a bunch. Safely, the answer is yes. The miniatures we make are, I mean, they could be for gaming. The first month, so this is our first month and our first releases were 2 sci-fi minis, but next month's going to be fantasy, so depending on what RPGs and stuff people play. I know, like, my buddy Pete wants to use our gun bunny in his 40k army, which is funny. Yeah, we play a lot of stuff. My wife and I play Armada, Carnival. We played one-page rules stuff. We have Gaslands minis we're working on. She has Sisters of Battles that they're Sisters of Battle minis. Our little army she's working on. I'm trying to think what else. There's all kinds of stuff. A bunch of Relic Blade, Moonstone. I have a Conquest army that isn't put together at all. We have the Shatterpoint stuff. So that is a lot. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Threw away all my Rivenstone stuff. Threw that shit away. Board game wise, all kinds of stuff. We play the One Piece card game. We've been collecting that recently. Do I stream daily? Not so much daily. We should be. We've really just been starting everything off. Like the Patreon is launched this month, so as I continue to work on the box art for those minis, yes, and then we'll be painting all kinds of other stuff. My wife will be streaming. Katya, our sculptor, will be streaming. So this channel will be not just me, but everybody else that's also involved in All Gravy Games. So. But if you've never seen my content before, so I was the head studio painter at Broken Anvil Miniatures for a while before they shut down. And then previous to that, I ran my own business doing commission and teaching and box art and all kinds of stuff like that too for years. So now we are back, and I am in business with one of the sculptors that I used to work with, one of the engineers I used to work with, and we are just gonna see if we can build something small and sustainable. We have a Kickstarter project that was approved that we're hoping to launch in October for Halloween. So we'll be working on that on stream as well. Like my wife will be doing layout stuff like that too. All kinds of fun things. On top of just streaming, playing games. Like really this will just be, you know, people were involved with doing fun stuff. I have a bunch of these minis to send out to people, like my streaming friends and everything too, and painter friends, so that they can get copies and show it off if they want. But this weekend I'm going to be getting the playtest document together for everybody that's on the Patreon, so they can see the current version of Paranormal, which is a ghost hunting tabletop RPG. Very rules light, very fun. We played it with the people that I used to work with, and everybody had a blast, so we're excited about that. It's funny, I just keep going back and working on the legs, but I think it's because they're at that position where I can just like keep rendering them forever, endlessly. Yeah, I need to set up like the command bot on our Twitch so that people can get links to stuff easily. There's just been so much going on. You know, we've been here, we just moved into a new place, so we've been here 1 month, and it seems like we've been here forever, but in that 1 month, I had, like, there have been so many moving parts to do so many different things that it's like, as soon as I feel like I can sit down and do something like do this in Paint, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do this, I need to fix this, like, you know, a lot more than what I was doing, but a way better situation now, so. Yeah, so DM Day, well, he's gone right now. I was going to go this week or last week for their Battletech night, but that was the day he launched his Kickstarter, so that wasn't happening. And then this week, I forget what happened. Tuesday night was something, and then Wednesday we were getting this internet installed for like hours. It's just been something every day, so. He doesn't really have, like, Battletech is the only game that involves minis that he's messing with, which I don't even know if I like Battletech, which is funny, but his store seems to be, like, an easier scenario to get involved with than the other hobby shop here that's, like, very established, like, their groups are really established for games and stuff, and, but his shop is pretty cool, it's all the way across town. But we do want to do a Call of Cthulhu game up there. He's still figuring stuff out, though. In terms of, like, schedule. But whenever he's back from Gen Con. And I had talked to him before. I hate pushing on this here, I need to stop doing that. I had talked to him before as well about like doing some kind of teaching stuff or whatever. And I mean, you know, his reply made sense. Like, one, he doesn't know who I am, and two, he was like, well, I don't know if I have room. So it's like, cool. I mean, makes sense. So, but I just need to talk to him in person, give him a little bit better idea of. I mean, his social media presence is insane compared to mine, so I'm sure I look like a nobody, right? But if he kind of understands what it is that I've done and the products I've made and everything, I think he'll understand, like, I'm not just whatever, you know. There's always somebody at some local store that's like, oh, I'm actually, you know the deal. Air quote professional painter. I mean, even when we were at Gen Con last year, it was funny because there were a lot of people that came to the booth where I was painting, and they were like, I'm a professional. And I'm like, oh, who do you work for? And they were like, oh, and then they would ask for a job, which is funny. I mean, it was interesting because I remember I didn't know like how to react to that because some people had their work with them and it didn't look good, and I'm just kind of like, you are putting me on the spot, buddy. I don't know what to do. There was one guy though that I met that he was really good. I've seen his work before. He lived down in Texas, and I wanted to work with him, but it was so impossible to like get my boss to do anything at all ever. So I couldn't like. There were a few times I wanted to send stuff out to people, but like it was just always such a nightmare. Like it didn't matter if you were good. In his eyes, you just had to like be famous or visible. That's all he cared about. So. Or pretty much a YouTuber. He didn't care about anybody that was like a painter on, like actual painters. It was all about like, are you a YouTuber? Okay. Which obviously there are actual YouTubers that are painters as well, but you know, like when I was designing the paint, being able to send the paint to all the people that we did, that was me that picked the real painters and not just the YouTube accounts. So. Which felt good. Finally, I could be like, hey. All right. Yeah, Origins. From what I understand, what I've always heard, like they've never cared about painting in terms of like a draw for the convention. So, I mean, Gen Con has painting events and some classes, but I feel like it's a different caliber of people that teach at Gen Con, or I would say it's more of like, it isn't like Adepticon people that teach classes, right? Where like it's like world class people showing up. Not, you know, no offense, obviously, to people that are Gen. I would be happy to teach there. They've actually paid people cash, so that's nice. But what I mean by that is you don't have people coming in from all over the world, right? Adepticon has kind of turned into that. And I mean, ReaperCon is similar because it does focus solely on like painting classes and events, but they also don't have like big names coming to that, so it's a little bit different. They sort of have more of your like mid streamers like me, or like I used to be, I should say, and then their community people. So, but I feel like ReaperCon eventually, because now it's really funny now that I've seen through the looking glass, so to speak, of working with YouTubers, right? Adepticon is like too easy now for them to go to. And you'll see, you know, last year there were some people that went to Adepticon for the first time. They met people, and you know, they got like a small boost in their sort of presence online, but then it falls off quickly because the people that are like doing it big time aren't just gonna like signal boost you for no reason. And now that has been happening at Adepticon way more often, and I know how those people are, you will see them start branching out to other conventions. Weirdly, like they just had a convention here in Oklahoma, and Brent from Goobertown like was paid to go there, which was so funny. And I met him too. He does not talk like the way he does in his videos at all. It is like completely a thing that he does. He does not act that way or sound like that at all. It's really weird. Not that he's fake by any means, but like that, the person in the videos is not the person that you meet. So, really funny. But yeah, all people to go. I was like, they got Goobertown? That's funny. But yeah, Brent's really interesting. He doesn't do like sponsorships or free product from anybody. So, if you ever watch one of his videos and you wonder like, was he paid to like say this is good? Just know, no, he definitely is like doing his own work, so to speak, in his videos. So, There were many times we tried to give him product, not even for anything, just like, hey, do you want this, like, for free? Do you just want some? And he'd be like, nope, I'll wait until I can get it and I can buy it, like whatever it is. So respectable. So you can see I've just been slowly rendering out all these volumes here and all the different armor plates. Slow process, but gets you where you need to go. Haven't been doing the face at all. Slowly gotta keep going. I was gonna stop at around 11:30. I don't know what time it is. I know my internal painting clock is no longer perfect like it used to be years ago, where I could just like know exactly if I've been going an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Oh, have I been going longer than that? It's 12. So hold on, let me check. See if the camera follows me. Nope. Oh, an hour and 15. Okay, well, I want to make some lunch. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I also need to turn this super bright light off because it makes the room hot, so it will cool off a little bit. I might come back on later today. I'm not sure. I'm happy though, starting with this. She's going the direction I wanted. I want her to be like a red wasp inspired color scheme, and we're getting there. Of course, you can check out all of our miniatures that we have available for this month if you don't already know about it already at patreon.com/allgravy. They will be for sale in general very soon, offered in 2 sizes outside of the Patreon, of course. Offered in 2 sizes at our gaming or our painting scale. We're working on the painting scale today. It's a 40 mil base, and they're about 54 mil. Otherwise, these are 25 mil bases, and they usually hit close to, 35 at the eye, something like that. So, but I appreciate you hanging out. Like I said, I'll probably be back later today, and that is it for now. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. If you're on Patreon, if you announce on Discord, I'll try to log in. Yeah, I'll announce it again on Discord if I hop back on. But yeah, this weekend on the Patreon, I'll be doing some posts and everything too, with more goodies. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But all right, guys, thanks so much. I will see you again later, probably in an hour or so. But yeah, I will be back.